What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel. I'm once joined by Canadian Yorker, and today we are recapping the Friday Night Smackdown that took place on August 23rd, and it took place in the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. And this is the latest build up to the upcoming Bash in Berlin live event, which is this coming Saturday in Berlin. Be sure to check out Bash in Berlin, which is like I said this Saturday. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this pay-per-view. Like I said, it's awesome when pay-per-views are outside of the U.S. Friday Night SmackDown. It was great. But Canadian Yorker, how's it going tonight?
Doing well tonight. Came home from a long day of work, but glad to be on tonight. Just talking about wrestling. I can't complain.
Alright, so let's start off with this show. Start off with Friday Night SmackDown. We start off with the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory introducing their guests, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was about to do his whole entrance, but then Grayson Waller interrupted him and said that, what do you want to talk about? Cody Rhodes asked the people what they want to talk about. Grayson Waller cuts him off and does it first, criticizing Cody for making everything about him. And then basically, Cody Rhodes makes the case for Kevin Owens as his next challenger, nothing that KO hasn't stopped fighting and never once did he use Kevin. Um, basically, Grayson Waller saying that Kevin Owens will eventually turn on Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes asks if Waller can say the same thing about Austin Theory. Is this friendship or is just using Theory? Grayson makes shut up gestures while Austin looks conflicted. So it looks like maybe Austin will turn face, and then it looks like Kevin Owens might turn heel. We have to see what happens. I believe it's like a continuous, storyline. And Grayson Waller said that he had a video to show Cody Rhodes. It's basically a video of Kevin Owens turning on all the people from the past. Just like Kevin Owens back in NXT, turning on his best friend Sami Zayn, turning on John Cena, turning on Kofi Kingston until they get interrupted by Kevin Owens. He says that all those guys kind of had it coming except Kofi Kingston, who's great. He said that he and Cody has never had that kind of relationship, so he's not turning on him. KO said that it's going to turn off him going to the ring and beating up Grayson Austin. KO calls Nick Aldis down to get the point and makes the tag team match, which Nick Aldis comes down and makes the tag team, which it's the main event. So Owens and Rhodes against A-Town Down Under for the main event. And then Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes um, beat up Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes beats up Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, ending the segment. What are your thoughts on this Grayson Waller effect show and opening segment?
I think it's kind of interesting. You have like that. I think what WWE is doing is basically trying to do the old kill two birds. Oh, excuse me, kill two birds with one stone. Within possibly a night or so, we could see one side switching and the other side switching. We could see Kevin Owens turning heel, Grayson Austin Theory turning face, and we can see how both these guys have reasons to do it. Obviously, Kevin Owens, I definitely think he definitely wants another chance at championship run. He definitely has it in him, just like Sami Zayn had his. So excuse me, it is definitely within. Uh, it's definitely possible Kevin Owens can turn heel on him because if Roman Reigns turns face, Kevin Owens is going to want to get a shot and uh, and take it, pushing Kevin Owens over the edge and forcing him to bring the old Kevin back. So that's definitely going to happen. So That's all I have to say about that.
All right. Man. So, all right, let's move on. So, moving on to the first match of Friday Night SmackDown, we got LA Knight defending the WWE United States Championship against Santos Escobar. So basically, Legal Del Phasma attacks LA Knight before the bell and beat him down, throwing him in the ring. And that was not a good decision because the referee Jessica Carr caught them and got immediately injected from ringside. So Legal Del Phasma is banned from ringside. Lopez started to protest, and she also get herself injected too. So it's a one-on-one match. We get the bell. Iron Knight gets a schoolboy for two. Butterfly facebreaker from Escobar. And then it just went back and forth. Iron Knight takes Escobar to the ropes and bounces his head off the announce table a bunch of times. But Santos counters with double knees off the barricade. Frog splash by Escobar on Knight. Nope. And off the rope, LA Knight catches him with a Manhattan drop and lateral, and both men are down. Santos with a super kick, but then LA Knight knocks him down from the top rope, follows him up. LA Knight was able to hit the BFT on Santos Escobar to get the win. Come on, guys, we knew LA Knight was gonna lose his title, wasn't gonna lose his title quick. LA Knight defeats Santos Escobar by pinfall to retain the United States Championship in his first title defense. And that's great for LA Knight. Just shut that bozo up. I hate Santos. Um, who do you think he is to think he can win the title off of LA Knight? But what are your thoughts on this match?
I don't think Santos is over. Uh, I don't think Santos. I think Santos still wants the title. Oh, excuse me. I think Santos Escobar is going to ask for another title shot. He's definitely going to get another title shot. And because Santos Escobar has never won the U.S. Championship before, remember he lost his spot because L.A. Knight. I think that there's definitely a story that's going to be brewing here because L.A. Knight took over and helped Rey Mysterio out. I mean, when you think about it, there's a lot of things going on there. I definitely think Santos has a chance to get another title shot sometime in the future. And it's great that LA Knight is. Oh, excuse me. It's great that LA Knight is defending his title and getting and becoming a the champion that he needs to be. So that's great for him. It's a great pickup win for him.
Alright, so moving on, we got a huge six-woman tag team match. We got Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Blair Davenport and the women's tag team champions Unholy Union Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. This match was great. A lot of chemistry. Quick Bianca with the handspring moonsault up and over, and then Blair slingshots in Scubo for two. It looked like Unholy Union and Blair took advantage. Naomi with the blind tag diving crossbow and then a shotgun dropkick. And then up a fire with the breakup after throwing Davenport into the apron, secking her with his DDT. Bianca takes out takes out the Unholy Union outside from the top rope. Jade was in the mix, and then that's left Naomi and Blair Davenport in the ring. Naomi was able to counter Blair Davenport with a split leg moonsault on the top rope from Naomi on Blair Davenport, getting them the win. Bianca, Jade, and Naomi with the big win by pinfall. So Bianca, Jade, and Naomi defeats Blair Davenport and Unholy Union by pinfall in the six-woman tag team match. By the way, Nick Aldis announced that Unholy Union will defend their WWE Women's Tag Team titles against Bianca and Jade at Bash in Berlin. So that's huge. We're going to talk about that when we make our predictions this week. But what are your thoughts on Bianca, Jade, Naomi getting this big six-woman tag match victory over Blair and Unholy Union.
I think it really shows that Jade and Bianca are committed to becoming women's tag team champions again. And I like the fact that they got this win because they needed it. They really need this win. Um, and Unholy Union, as you know, they had their first title defense last week. So, in all honesty, we have to see what's going to be the preparation plan for Unholy Union that's going to come after Jade and Bianca. But well, like we'll have to talk about what's the prediction, what's going to happen later this week about the coming situation. But it's great that Jade and Bianca and Naomi were able to pick up this win because they work together. Jade and Naomi Jade and Bianca work together, and Jade was amazing. What I realized is that Jade could be a really good. Um, she can draw. She draws attention to herself, and she's able to win the crowd over, which is really great. And Bianca does the same. When they have that kind of star power, they're able to make a difference. Naomi was awesome, pinning Blair Davenport. Um, Unfortunately, Unholy Union definitely tried. They definitely cheated, and they tried to, you know, take out Bianca by almost injuring her back in the match. And they basically worked to isolate Bianca because it seems to me Bianca is a really strong individual, but I don't think Unholy Union is comfortable with facing Jade because Jade is stronger than the both of them. So they really rely more on teamwork to take down Bianca, which is kind of interesting. Um, but that's just what I noticed from the match. But despite the fact, it's great that they picked up the win, and now they're going to be facing Unholy Union at Dash and Berlin for the tag team titles. Let's go, girls. Let's see what you got. So,
Alright, so moving on. We got the all new, all different bloodline making their entrance. Solo Sikoa gets on mic and demands Washington D.C. to acknowledge him and keep it down so he can talk. He said the OTC is done. He said he's going to bring the Undisputed Championship back to his family and to himself. And since he's going to be champion, there's something wrong with the tag team titles. So, if you guys don't know, it was Jacob Fatu and Tonga who won the titles, I believe. So Jacob Fatu got hurt, but then now Solo Sikoa tells Jacob Fatu to step up and tells him to give him the title. Jacob Fatu was hesitant. You can see he was hesitant, but Jacob Fatu takes the title off his arm and passes it to Solo, but Sikoa refuses it. Tells him, you know what, give it to Tonga Lola. But it looks like you can see Jacob was kind of pissed off. This might be a storyline where Jacob Fatu actually turns on Solo and joins Roman's side. People are still spectating that they're making it like Jacob Fatu is on Solo side, but still deep inside, they're just gonna write a storyline saying that Jacob Fatu is actually on Roman's side. They're just doing it as a I don't know. People thinking like, but Solo tells Jacob that he can't be a tag team champion if he's going to be his personal enforcer, and he embraces the Samoan werewolf as Jacob shouts that he loves Solo. um, so basically, what happened is Jacob Fatu just gave the title to Tonga Lola. So basically, Tonga Lola and Tama Tonga are your tag team champions instead of Jacob Fatu and Tonga Lola instead of Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. So basically, Jacob Fatu has got pretty much got a promotion, and now he is the enforcer to Solo. So that's basically back in the day, Solo was the enforcer to Roman. Now it's Jacob is the enforcer to Solo. Until they get interrupted by BFAB and the Street Profits, which the BFAB says they don't care about any of this, and it's time to get off Family Matters, and they want the smoke as the TV goes to commercial. Before we get into this next match, any thoughts on Jacob Fatu getting promoted and giving up his tag team title belt?
I think it's a win-win. In honesty, Jacob Fatu gives up this tag team title, so Tama Tonga and Tangaloa. I think that they originally should have been the champions before, but Jacob Fatu helped Tama Tonga win. So I think it's a win-win for Jacob Fatu. In all honesty, Jacob Fatu becomes the enforcer, but he gives up the championship to Tangaloa and Tama Tonga. That's exactly what he does, and so it's a win-win for him. Um, so now he just does everything that uh that that uh that Solo wants him to do. He is basically Solo 2.0, um, basically, which is great. And Jacob Fatu is going to be picking up wins left and right once he's fully healed. Another reason why Solo did it is because Jacob Fatu is not completely healed right now. He's still recovering from his leg and foot injury, so it's going to put him out for a while. So he gets some rest, and Tamatanga and Tangalo will take care of business. So
Yeah. And do you think, well, I don't want to talk about it too much, but something that I like to discuss in the future is like, do you think Jacob Fatu is really on Solo's side, or do you think they're just making a storyline that Solo is gonna get churned on by Jacob? Like saying that, let's just like say that, do you think Jacob Fatu is a spy secretly working for Roman? But we can talk about
I just to kind of touch on your question, I am not sure if Jacob Fatu could
because
be
on
a
you
spy.
you saw the look when on Jacob Fatu's face when Solo asked him to give up the title, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's a shocking thing to ask. It could very well be that Jacob Fatu is a plant for Roman Reigns within the new bloodline. At the same time, Jacob Fatu could be the one that could be plotting to take over the bloodline and throw Solo Sikoa out
Yeah, that's the
because
thing though. We've seen
Solo
some
Sikoa,
hesitations.
let's face it,
We
Jacob Fatu definitely drew more attention.
yeah,
So
we
I
also
just
see
want to mention, just
yeah.
want to make this one point.
Yeah, we also
Yeah,
seen
sorry, go ahead.
some hesitations from last week when Solo asked, I think it was Tama Lola to give the Samoan necklace back to him, but if you saw, Tanga Lola was a little hesitant to give Solo back the necklace. So
Yeah, I here's the thing. All three of them could be conspiring together to take Solo out and throw him out of the bloodline. So that then he will go after join Roman Reigns and have a bloodline reunion because I think it was it was Jacob Fatu's little brother Zilla Fatu just joined the bloodline. We probably will see his brother make an appearance sometime in the future, and he will be on Roman Reigns' side or probably not be on Roman Reigns' side. So it's going to be interesting to see if his brother joins the bloodline. It's probably going to be a sign that that Solo Sikoa is going to be turned on by Thomas Hunger and Tangaloa and Jacob Fatu, and we're going to have this totally new bloodline. I saw something online about The Rock being involved in some way, shape, or form, and so The Rock could be involving and could be sending this in to throw out Solo Sikoa out of there and taking over the bloodline for himself. So we could see some sort of new variant of bloodline, in the future. So
all right. So moving on. So we got another championship match. We got Tama Tonga and Tanga Lola. The Gorillas of Destiny versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford for the WWE Tag Team Championship. It went back and forth. Look, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford actually put up a fight. They actually had some nice, really good, moves in the ring. Um, at one point, they were using their speed. Big lateral gets Montez to two, tag to Lola, back suplex. It went back and forth. The Profits putting together spinebuster neckbreaker combination. I really like that spinebuster neckbreaker combination, but unfortunately Lola breaks it up. Dawkins running around the ring and pounces on both Gorillas together. Solo's jaws at him. Ford comes screaming over the rope with a top contra. Jacob Fatu takes both. I think the referee was distracted. Jacob Fatu takes both Profits out with super kicks, throwing Angela in. Tonga and Tamalola was able to hit the sliding reverse STO from Tonga on Angelo Dawkins to retain the WWE Tag Team Championship. So the Gorillas of Destiny, Tonga and Tonga Lola, defeats the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford to retain their WWE Tag Team Championships by pitfall. So, kind of, I'm not surprised here. You know, everyone expected this. And I'm just going to tell you, the Bloodline's going to hold on to the tag team titles for a very long time. And at this point, I think that Solo might actually complete his promise. I just feel like maybe Solo wins the championship back to the Bloodline, and then that's just going to have Roman going after his old title again or something like that. But we have to see if Solo can actually do it. If not, maybe the new Bloodline, we just have to see what happens. Is the Bloodline just going to have a civil war without titles or something like that? Because if that's the case, if Solo can't win the title back for some reason, I just feel like Cody is going to hold on to the title for a bit. It all depends as if they're really going to have Solo dethrone Cody. But if they decide not to, I just feel like the best decision to just do a regular civil war of the bloodline. So that means Tonga and Tamalola will have to drop the tag team titles before that happens. So they wouldn't have them being champion um, anytime sooner because I just feel like if they're going to do the bloodline civil war, Tonga and Lola defending those titles might get in the way. So that's just what I feel. But not going to talk too much about that. What are your thoughts on Gorillas of Destiny, Tonga, and Tamalola retaining their titles?
I think it's kind of unfortunate for the Street Profits to not win a tag team titles yet, um, because they have been a tag team for so long now, and it just kind of sucks to see them that they're not that they have what it takes to become champions. Just like DIY, definitely fought, scraped. They fought as hell. They fought like hell to become the champions. They probably had one or two champion title defenses, and then all of a sudden they lose to the Bloodline for no reason whatsoever. Um, it's just really unfortunate. That it would be great if they could continue the storyline between the Bloodline, the Street Profits, the Bloodline DIY, because there are some legitimate tag teams in the back of that locker room that could definitely take the Bloodline on and definitely cause them to lose the championship. Because I don't really see the Tamatanga and Tangalo holding on to the championships for a long period of time because they're going to be busy dealing with Roman Reigns and possibly the Usos reuniting, um, in the future. And so, and they have to focus on dealing with that civil war situation going on there. On top of that, um, um, you know, Jacob, Jacob Fatu continues to impress us. Continues to impress me. He continues to show, despite the fact that he's injured with an injured cast, the man can still move. He's still dangerous. He's wounded. He's like a wounded wolf. Wolves when wounded are very dangerous animals, and he's a very dangerous man. Despite the fact he can still move quick, he can still. I mean, let's just face it. He's an amazing athlete for his size. I mean, he is really amazing for his size, and he, he helped Tangaloa and Tamatanga win against the Street Profits. I mean, what else can you say? Despite the fact he's injured on one foot, he managed to help them out. And let's talk about after they pinned them and after the match. They assaulted, they beat up the Street Profits. Okay, then they DIY came in to save them from to save the Street Profits from the Bloodlines beatdown, but then DIY got beat down. I mean, obviously, this is this. the storyline between DIY and the Bloodline is not ending anytime soon. Neither is it between the Street Profits, and we're gonna see some sort of clash between DIY, the Street Profits, and the Bloodline for the tag team title sometime in the future. That's gonna happen. I mean, it's definitely gonna happen.
All right,
So
so moving on. We get to see Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens have a chat. KO asked Cody if he believed what he said about earlier about him changing and not turning on people. Cody Rhodes says he does, and all I can say is, I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes, but Grayson Waller is right about Kevin Owens turning on you. The turn is coming. I'm sorry to tell you, Cody Rhodes, but the turn is coming. So Grayson Waller is like him or not, Cody. Grayson Waller is correct. KO is gonna turn on you. But at least I'll say this though. Cody Rhodes is right though. I can see, definitely seeing Grayson Waller using Austin Theory. So both I can say this. Cody and Grayson Waller are both right. Cody right about Grayson Waller using Austin Theory. Austin Theory is going to turn face soon, and Grayson Waller is right about Kevin Owens turning on Cody. It's going to happen. But moving on,
I wonder.
um,
I wonder. I just
yeah,
want to
go
mention.
ahead,
I just
go
want to
ahead,
make
go
a
ahead.
point. I wonder if Cody Rhodes knows that KO is going to turn on him.
I
I wonder
think
if he
I
knows.
think I was gonna talk about what happened after this main event. Let's save that. Just want to get on this quick, but we once again see Tiffany Stratton, my girl, and Pretty Deadly have glues. They're trying to fix Nia's crown. Just want to mention that a match is set next week. It's gonna be Nia Jax versus Michin in a street fight. It's gonna be on SmackDown. Just to be clarified, next Friday night SmackDown is gonna be in Berlin. Nia Jax will defend the title on SmackDown. So it's on SmackDown, not on the pay per view. So on SmackDown, Nia Jax will defend the Women's Championship in a street fight against Mia Ying. So Mi Chan versus Nia Jax in a street fight for the title. So that's gonna be a banger of a match. But I'm sorry, Canadian Yorker. We all know Nia Jax is gonna retain. um, so but it's gonna be a banger of a match though. All right, so any quick sauce before we move on to the main event?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Mia Chen can take the title off Nia
It's not
Jax.
gonna
I mean,
happen.
if she
I'm sorry.
does, it would be hilarious.
It's not gonna happen. Nia Jax is not gonna because of the whole storyline with Tiffany. Nia is not gonna drop the title. I'm sorry.
I know. That's
Yeah.
expected.
All right, so moving on to the main event, we got A Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty annoyed by this because WWE, Triple H, how many times are we gonna see Austin Theory feuding with Cody? How many times are we gonna see Grayson Waller feuding with Kevin Owens? Like this feud needs to end. Like this is like the 100th time we've seen this tag team match. Like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. This is not the first time we've seen this. Like this is like the third time these four men has gone at it. Like what are you doing, man? Like end this feud like quickly. Like have please. I hate to say this, but just end this feud. We have Kevin O. Just end this feud by having Kevin Owens turn on Cody. There you go. um, but talking about this match, man, I was not happy that Kevin Owens just marched his big ass down here and announced this. It's like, seriously, this is the third time you guys are fighting. Like, and it's the main event. Like, I just can't take it. I'm not gonna talk too much about this match. Rhodes lighting Waller up, snaps through powerbomb connects. Grayson cuts him off in the corner. Tag to Theory. Um, Rhodes lands on the feet and hits the Cody cutter, but he can't capitalize. Austin Theory cuts him off with a back suplex for two. But then Kevin Owens gets the tag and comes in hot sentons on the floor, throwing Waller back inside, cannonball off the apron. But then Kevin Owens goes up top, sentons attacks. Austin Theory breaks up. Owens stays on him. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens win by pinfall with a pop-up powerbomb from Kevin Owens onto Grayson Waller. So this is what I want to talk about after the match. So, by the way, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens defeating A-Town Down Under of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. We see Kevin Owens is about to blast. It looked like Kevin Owens was gonna blast Rhodes with the belt, but he kind of just forcefully gives it to him. It's like, yeah, Kevin Owens is turning on Cody. Kevin Owens is turning on Cody. We might see this after Bash in Berlin, after the match, kind of like what Batista did after losing the world title match. It was years ago, 2009, I believe. Batista turning on Rey Mysterio after the match. Kevin Owens raising Cody's hand and they embrace. Yeah, nice show, Kevin Owens. Yeah, we all know you're turning on Cody. But come to that question you asked me. Do you think Cody Rhodes knows that Kevin Owens is gonna turn? I do believe so. Kevin Owens pretended not to blast Cody Rhodes, you kind of saw the hit Cody Rhodes' face saying that, what was that? It looked like he's gonna turn on me. So that answers your question. I think Cody Rhodes is gonna. People are saying that Cody Rhodes will be ready for it. So like I think like KO is gonna try to attack Kevin Owens, but then Cody's gonna be ready. But we have to see what happens. But in this main event, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens defeats Austin Theory and Grayson Waller by pinfall. What are your thoughts?
I would say it's a great win for Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. To be honest with you, let's just say that, like I said, this is killing two birds with one stone. We have two things, two different storylines happening at the same time. We got Kevin Owens turning on Cody. We got Austin Theory turning on Grayson Waller. That could happen. It could happen in the same night. Like I said earlier, mentioning that we know that Kevin Owens could definitely turn on Cody. At the same time, um, Austin Theory, I mean Grayson Waller. Nobody likes Grayson Waller because Grayson Waller is a heel. Grayson Waller can do the same thing Rey Mysterio did in the same night. He can turn heel while he's still heel. He can still follow heel and move while he's still heel. Like how Dominic turned heel on Ray and when he's already a heel and kissed he kissed uh he kissed Liv Morgan after she lost, after she beat Rhea Ripley. It's gonna be the same situation, you know, with Grayson Waller turning on Austin Theory possibly. I mean, I don't really see that. I don't see how it could
Yeah,
happen,
I
but we know it's coming.
Yeah, the thing about the Austin Theory turning phase is because I expected it to happen earlier than I did. So it's like a couple times we've seen a tease of Austin Theory turning face. We've seen Grayson Waller accidentally taking Austin Theory out and stuff like that. But I feel like Triple H is playing something big. I feel like they're just trying to find the right moment to have Austin Theory turn face. It has to be like a main title. I just feel like maybe they could do like a Cody Rhodes versus Grayson Waller or something like that, like for the title or something like that, and then I don't know, it just doesn't like add up what they could do to make Austin Theory turn face. Like it definitely has to have a championship storyline. Like Grayson Waller maybe could Grayson Waller could have a championship match against Cody Rhodes. Austin Theory interferes or something, or Austin Theory faces against Cody Rhodes for the title. Grayson Waller causes Austin or something like that. But I don't know. But before we move
Yeah,
on, I think you had something else to say, or
I yeah. So I wanted to mention that Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens is a bad actor. I think Kevin Owens he can't fake it that he's going to turn heel on Cody. Despite the fact he said, "Oh, I'm not turning heel. I'm not. There's nothing to see. I'm not really turning heel on Cody at all." Right? But I think we know that he's going to turn on Cody. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. And I don't know. Maybe Cody knows. Maybe Cody doesn't know. Maybe Cody trusts him. But at the same time, I think Cody knows that Kevin wants a chance. He wants his championship because I think he has not had a chance to have a championship in what 4 or 5 years. Imagine that he's gone through a 4 or 5 year drought of not having a sniff at the WWF championship. So it is it is quite Kevin probably is going to do it, but Cody's probably going to catch him. So
yeah. The thing is, like, they could be it could be a churn of events because people are like, oh, this is just a distraction. People are not going to expect the unexpected. They're looking at the wrong way. People think Kevin Owens going to turn heel, but the secret though, people are going to be like, it's actually Randy Orton who turns on Cody. But the thing about that is like Randy Orton's right now on Raw feuding with Gunther. But people are like, oh, Randy Orton can lose that title and then blame it on Cody. So it's like, oh, I blame Cody for my, failures, and then he could just come right back on SmackDown and turn on Cody. That could be a possibility. But instead of like Kevin Owens turning heel, we see Randy Orton turning heel. But we have to see what happens. But anyways, that would do it for Friday Night SmackDown. My name is Bruce Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. In terms of grading, I give this show a B minus. How about you?
I will give this show an A. There were some hiccups there here and there, but it was a great show. Can't complain. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the future.
Alright, so that would do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Bruin Steel, Canadian Yorker here. If you guys haven't done so, like, subscribe, check out Canadian Yorker's channel, which the link will be in the description of this video, as well as their WWE Wrestling Bros, our wrestling channel. Link will also be in the description of this video. Excuse me. But anyways, that would do it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you guys for the next broadcast. Hopefully this week, we get our Bash in Berlin predictions video for you guys. So be sure to look out for that, as well as our Monday Night Raw um, broadcast. So my name is Bruce Steele. This is Canadian Yorker, and we are out. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Take care.